I know it was a couple weeks ago now, but the last session saw you guys delving into the Temple of Pelor, trying to figure out a bit about where Mikey Page has gone, as well as what is going on with Father Aldric, as some things seem to not be right at the church. As you investigated a bit further, you were set upon by some monks that you quickly dispatched of before heading upstairs, where you encountered Misha as well as some undead. After a long, drawn-out fight through the top of the church, you eventually were able to corner and stop Misha from escaping as she tried to come out, or escape. That is when you guys decided to actually investigate the place, making sure that you found any and everything that you could in the hunt for finding Lilith's brother. That led you guys to a cellar, where you found some strange walls with iron spikes that jut out from various intervals, and you heard some large bumbling and rumbling coming through this hallway before eventually you were set upon by a giant ogre. And after some little deliberation, you figured out that this ogre was not going to be friendly per se. And that is where session ended, as we will roll some initiative.
That's a great recap, except that's not how it happened.
Oh yeah, tell us how it happened, Con.
Not just kidding. Just that we were already in the temple, and we were kind of friendly greeted by Mishan, but we noticed that she had a weird pendant, and so we were suspicious of her. And I kind of went up into the ledges of the second floor to peek, and I found Aldric and Page's brother. I forgot his name. Mikey. Our not one.
Yes.
But then that's how we could tell that they went down a secret door, down a statue, to this place that we are right now.
Very nice. As that for the moment, Brug seems to have the drop on you guys, as I need to roll some initiative. Oh, Ray's in there. All right. With that, Ray manages to steal himself as he this ogre rounds the corner, and he will pull out his greatsword, looking a wee bit scared as he goes to strike into this thing, but he will strike straight into its knee. He takes down a decent chunk of it. Holy cow, he did a lot of damage there. All right. As all right, let me just make sure you can't do anything or it has anything. All right. That brings us now to Khan. You watch Ray come up and just take a huge chunk out of this thing. Well, not a huge chunk, but he definitely did a decent amount of damage.
May the game be unpaused.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Thank you. I will proceed forward. My action bar. And we'll take one action to attack. Oh, that was almost a nat 20.
You gotta take some of that text out of unarmed strike.
I really.
I just
got that screen.
just collapse the description in the settings, and you don't have to worry about.
Yeah, but every time he clicks it, it all comes back.
And I'll
Well,
take
it
a
only,
my bonus action to disengage.
Oh.
Okay.
And run behind the big boy.
Okay.
That's me.
All right. On his turn here, you see this ogre. You see that his ribs seem to be almost up against his skin, as he looks like he hasn't eaten in a little bit. He's
That's not what the
Hungry
image
boy.
shows. I'm just kidding.
Oh, I knew I should have bought like 4 pigs with my starting goal.
You see him just yell right down into Ray's face here. Oh, and Ray is able to avoid becoming frightened, but now he will be set upon. First strike into him is going to miss, as he comes back around with his giant club, trying to take a chunk out of him. And this one
Oh.
does, as Ray gets hit quite hard there. As that brings us now to you, Lilith.
Oh, jeez. Poor Ray. I'm gonna come up a little bit, 15 feet. I'm gonna try and grab onto this giant forearm, hit him with the target button. There we go. And I'm gonna try and channel like pure necrotic energy into him. See if we can weaken him considerably. Oh, okay, 7 damage. I'm not happy with that. And then I think I'll just stay here to see if I can regrettably draw one of the strikes of the ogre. I like diagonally stick a wing out to like give Ray a little bit of like coverage to hide him a tiny bit, and that'll be me.
Okay,
Right.
so moving up and seeing the danger, Thorag will pick up one of the daggers and attempt to hit the ogre in the toe.
The toga.
The ogre.
And it's a good hit that makes him fall prone.
Oh,
And I will. Where did you put the candle again? I'll just go with another dagger throw. And this is without the bonus thingamajig.
And at disadvantage because it's prone.
Indeed it is. And that will be my
Lamau.
All right, Maizie, you come back into the action, watching as Brug, this giant ogre, just drops down to his knees as Thorag throws a dagger right in between his toes.
Okay. I will run up and try and poke my sword in between there. Oops.
In between
I
where?
Accidentally did that twice. In between the people. I'm going to delete that one because I accidentally hit it twice. Attack.
oh.
Oh, nice damage.
All right, and as you strike into him, you watch as he bellows out in this rage. What is it telling me? All right, and why am I not able to use this? I was able to use it earlier. Okay, there we go. All right.
Sorry, and that will be the end of my turn.
Okay, 1 second. I don't know why this isn't working now. Alright, on Aaron's turn, Ray's turn. Looking at this giant creature here, he's gonna try to rise to his feet a bit and strike into him. Pulling out his great sword. Alright, that should... I don't understand why the shit was working when I'm prepping it all week long, but now it wants to be fucking stupid. Okay. You see, that doesn't do as much as the rage that is inside of him right now keeps him from getting as hurt. Alright, Con, that brings us to you.
Is moving through ally spaces difficult terrain?
No, it's not.
Okay, I will take a better position in here and get a punch into this thing. Thanks for the advantage. And do I have any key points? No. Or focus mark points, whatever they're called now. So bonus action, I'm gonna do one more strike. Ooh.
How much?
And thanks that he's prone, I am able to hit both. But
All
that
right.
is for me.
On his turn, he rises. You watch as he pulls out this massive club. It's spiked on the end, and he's gonna try to first flatten. Wait, why is that a disadvantage? From sap, nice. Whoever had that on there just saved Ray's
That's
life.
Maizie.
You're welcome.
All right,
Yeah.
yes, he will come back down
Nice.
with a fist, and that will miss. As he will try to yell down into the face of Khan here with his last bit of anger and scream at you. You see, there we go. Nice.
Nice.
All right, Lilith, that brings us to you.
This guy stand up.
Yes, he stood up.
Alright, I'm gonna try and shoulder check him back down. Oh, we hit him with the shove prone.
And somehow, just barely, he's able to stay up.
Oh, rest in peace. Just check if I have any of my bonus actions available. No, I'm tapped, so that'll be me.
All right, Thorag.
Well, I'll step in beside Ray and hit him twice. I threw the daggers. I can't use it. At least I think it's.
Oh my god.
Is to deduct the because this one is not set up to deduct the damage. All right, and even if I move away, I take an off attack. Yeah, but so I'm taking an off.
Yeah, you would be, because
Yep.
you would be leaving his range.
So up attack and then, or is it automated? Do you want to move away?
No, you're good. He's gonna swing at you. Takes a large chunk as you go behind, and he clabbers you in the back of the head, but you're able to step away with his last bit of strength here. As this ogre is just barely hobbling, his blood is lining the floor under him as his nose is bleeding and his teeth are busted out. But he looks ready to strike.
Hey, I will try and hit him again with my long sword.
Ooh, and that'll unfortunately miss.
Darn it. Okay. I don't think. Oh no, this. Yeah. For a bonus action, I will. No, I'll save that for now. That's it for me.
Okay. On Ray's turn, he pulls out his great sword once more, scraping it along the floor real quick. So he rises up, trying to strike it right into this thing. It's kind of limping and hunched over at the moment.
Oh,
Good lord. Nice.
Nice.
All right. But he seems to not take the full brunt as he is raging a bit, it seems. But yeah, he's definitely looking like he could fall at a moment's notice. As that brings us now to you, Khan.
Does he look like he's gonna fight till death, or is he gonna... He looks yielding.
I don't know. You want to roll whatever the heck it's called? No, he looks like he's gonna fight to the death. If he was gonna run, he probably would have. But he definitely looks like he's standing his ground.
I'm gonna punch non-lethally.
Okay.
I think that was gonna miss.
That will miss,
But
unfortunately.
with my bonus action. Fuck!
Oh, wait, okay.
A 3, then a 4. Well, that's gonna do it for me.
All right, on his turn, he's first gonna try to look down, this time at Lilith, as he bellows into your face. Bits of spit and mucus, and even a tooth hits your nose at one point.
Oh, fuck.
Damn.
Not the tooth.
Oh, you're frightened, and it's gonna come down first with a club attack at you.
I'm gonna use my reaction to impose disadvantage.
Okay,
It doesn't come up automatically anymore.
it's not. That one's.
Yeah.
I think that's a new fighting style, so I don't think that.
Yeah, so that's the protection. Oh, whoops!
Okay.
Except I have
No, you're
Ray
good. I'm just
targeted,
gonna.
but-
Well, same damage it would have been anyway.
Damn.
You have to roll it again, Bo. You can't just like pretend it's the same.
Okay.
What?
As, he seems to have it out for you right now, Lilith, as he comes in, but you're able to avoid this one as the last hit kind of hunched you over and made this fist miss. But it is now your turn as you are frightened of this thing.
I remember frightened means I can't move.
If you
towards
hover
it,
over it, yeah, you can't willingly move towards it. So.
and I have disadvantage on attacks as well.
Mm-hmm. But you can tell it looks like he is not holding it together very well.
I think even though it's unlikely to work, I think it's flavorful. This guy punched me and spit a tooth. I'm gonna spit at his feet. I'm gonna try and punch him back.
Nice. I think that's only right.
Oh, he's too fat.
Fuck.
I can't get through.
All right, Thorag. That brings us now to you.
That may not protect against bullets, but it does protect against fists.
I'm stepping in again and attempting to hit him with my short sword.
All right. Tell us how this looks, Thorag.
Well, I just slice across his leg as he falls over into a spiked club, and the spike in the club goes straight through his head.
All right.
Damn.
And you watch as the light from his eyes just fades. As you guys are now standing in this bloody corridor. The red of the blood is staining the stone. But you find yourselves back in the hallway now.
The bloody corner. I'm gonna step over the ogre just to not be too close to the blood
Okay.
pit.
Well, I'm gonna inspect the ogre to see if he was afflicted by anything, or...
You see a big collar around his neck, but you don't see... Well, roll me a medicine check.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No.
He just seems like any other ogre that you might have read stories about or maybe seen across your travels.
And what about the collar? Is it another serpent neck?
This one looks more primitive. It looks more like a slave collar.
Oh.
Oh.
Does it look
And
like
you
it's
notice how- oh, sorry, go ahead.
Does it look like it's
Like
of
it-
significance? Or
No. I mean, you've probably seen them before in your days. It looks like just normal ones that they would throw across people, and you assume at some point there might have been a chain connected. As you see on the back, there is a spot the hook went in, but you get the feeling that this ogre was set about here to protect this corridor. But as you're inspecting its body, you do notice that other ogres you've heard about are pretty large, and you don't see their bones protruding through their skin usually. But this one seems rather skinny. You see under its eyes, I mean, granted, there's a bunch of blood and you've busted open his face, but it's his eyes look like they are bloodshot, and like bags are under them, like he hasn't eaten or slept in days. And this foul odor emits off it.
so is this more of the this goblin cults we've heard of The Curse of Strife? Could it be affecting even ogres?
I think
Other
the
than-
church just hasn't fed their chained up ogre, is all this is.
Other than their size, I don't see too many differences between ogres and goblins, so maybe it's an infection that can be contagious amongst them.
Yeah. Are they related? I don't really know anything about genomes and stuff. I just
I don't think they're related, but
well, it must have taken a lot of strength to break the shackles. I'm
this
glad we
corridor curves at the very end.
did that.
There's a sharp curve, so we might just run face first into something.
Yeah, but he was the one protecting something.
A door.
I will look
approach
for traps.
cautiously.
Yeah.
And try to eavesdrop if I can hear something.
All right, Thorag, you watch. You're going up to the door, expecting to look at it first before making any sudden movements, but Khan just puts his ear right up to it, and on the other side, you hear nothing. It sounds much like the corridors and hallways behind you. Outside of the grumbling and the large footsteps you heard from this creature, it has been pretty barren as far as noises.
This looks like a labyrinth.
Yeah.
This is a dead end.
Well, are you certain? Did you check if it's a dead end?
Well, listening to Thorag, I'm gonna check if there's any loose bricks or levers or anything.
You run your hands along it and try to feel for stronger breezes, and you get the sense that right here there seems to just be a dead end.
Yeah, these walls appear to be regular. Oh.
Oh,
I'm clicking mine, but it's doing nothing.
Did you ask it nicely?
Can I
Oh, it's not doing it.
please roll?
It's not doing it for me either. I didn't ask nicely though. Here, just roll it from your sheet then.
Okay. Percezione. I'm clicking my sheet and it's doing nothing either. Let me restart the page.
No, you
What do you
roll.
have an advantage from on perception, Grass?
I don't know. I think I've got disadvantage because I'm frightened? I don't know.
Oh, there's disadvantage. Okay, yeah, let's remove that frighten. Give Khan a second to come back in here.
While we're looking around, and as Ray kind of hobbles up behind us, I'll lay a hand on his shoulder and use 5 points of lay on hands to heal him a little bit.
Very nice. He thanks you, and he looks a little bit hesitant about going first.
Did your 16 perception do anything?
Yeah, but I was waiting for that. I mean, I rolled that. There we go. All right. You guys, Collectively, you get the sense that around this hallway as you're walking up, that there is a strange breeze coming from the west.
Mm.
That's the east.
I know.
I know, but I'm checking. What do you think this place is?
It's obviously a labyrinth.
Well, there's light coming out at the end of this corridor.
Yes, sir.
And as you vaguely look up there, Con, you notice that there's a gap in the walls.
Mm.
Ah.
Well, I think I found the way out.
What are the other two doing? And just investigating a bit as well?
I was just standing around expecting them to find a dead end and then come back this way, to be honest.
Okay.
I'm following closer to Thorag than my token indicated because otherwise I can't see.
Oh, fair.
Well, if they took people somewhere, it must be further down this tunnel.
And as you guys
Oh.
get up close, you notice along the walls of this cavern this strange mushroom. And as you approach, you hear echoing throughout the hallway. And it echoes throughout the cavern. Sounded like a shriek.
Did that sound like it was coming from an animal or person, or did it sound more like a pressure vapor thinking escaping out of somewhere?
It
Sounds
honestly,
just like my brother Mikey.
it sounded like it was the mushroom itself emitting this fungus. Or not this fungus, this shriek. And it sounded like it echoed throughout the cavern. Or up ahead, as you can see it forks off a bit.
Is there spores in the air, or is it that it's trying to communicate with us? I mean,
Or it's an alarm system. And they've now been notified that someone's here.
is there spores in the air after the sound?
Kind of, but it's more like slightly dissipating smoke.
Mm.
It's kind of like they popped off, did the shriek, and then it's went back down. Like it kind of blossomed out for a moment while it shrieked, and then shrunk back down. And it looked like while it did that, it's not necessarily spores, but you did see it puff off this almost like steam.
Have you ever heard a mushroom yell like that?
Well, I have
I
not.
don't think so.
So there's two options here. Either we go in and investigate it, or we shoot it from afar. Because I don't know if this thing is dangerous or not.
I don't think we should shoot the mushroom. It hasn't done anything to us.
Well, you go up and talk to it then.
I don't think we need to talk to it. It's just a thing that screams.
Yeah, I think it's just an alarm system.
I'm gonna take like a fabric of cloth and like hold it over my mouth and nose as I just walk past it.
Okay.
Oh, would you like to continue further?
Yes. So I
Yes.
set up a new thing for the teleport, so that way it's a
Oh.
dialogue and it'll ask you. If you tell it no, it should teleport you back, and you should be still able to move. A little video gamey, but I feel like it is a nice quality of life.
No, it's a lot nicer than being sucked away when you step somewhere. You're like,
Yeah,
oh
exactly.
shit, I'm gone.
As you guys enter into this tunnel, it looks like there are some naturally crafted stairs that descend downwards a bit.
So if you think this was an alarm system, do you think is any use of continuing stealthily?
No. Well, I mean,
Well, that's going to be
I-
hard with me with a light.
yeah. I guess it doesn't hurt to be cautious, but I think they probably know that we're coming.
What if we wait in here 10 minutes? Let them drop their guard and then continue? Or not even 10 minutes, can be 5.
Well, we can wait here for a few moments and see if someone comes looking.
Okay.
So you guys wait for a couple minutes after hearing what you might assume is an alarm, or maybe just some strange occurrence in nature, but you wait and wait for footsteps, noises, anything to round the corner, and eventually nothing comes.
How loud was the noise?
It was pretty loud,
Okay.
and it definitely, like I said, it kind of echoed and seemed to reverberate out, bending around this corner.
Okay.
No one seems to come.
You watch
I'm
as more of
quite
these
surprised.
natural steps bend down a bit further.
Might want to wait for the others.
This rock looks kinda curious. I'm gonna put Gaia on it.
Okay. You put Gaia on it, immediately it starts going to work, just munching at it and trying to bite at it. Seems rather content.
Had you ever tried that one, huh?
And it kind of just looks up at you in awe. Its mouth is kind of covered like a kid that's been chewing on a gobstopper. It's just a bunch of, looks like sugar around its lips, basically.
Like the cat that submerged his whole face in milk. And
Exactly.
So what is that thing anyway?
What is what?
The thing. A ball of dirt.
It is a fragment of an elemental. It's not a ball of dirt.
Oh, just in time.
Is it letting you, Con? Cool.
Yep.
Alright. Very nice. Oh, we're waiting on Maizie.
Oh, it
Oh,
like
No,
just-
you're good.
appeared immediately.
Well, it could have to do with the fact I closed it. That's
Oh.
probably good to help. But if you want to just roll perception. How weird, the chat doesn't say what... Okay, it did for you.
Yeah, it didn't say what the others were though. That is
Yeah.
odd.
Yeah. So, as you guys are venturing a bit further down these naturally carved steps, Thorag and Khan, this stench starts to fill your nostrils. And it's not like the ogre or dirt or death. It smells... Well, it's hard to say.
Like poop.
But it seems to be getting noisier in a way. Like it's getting... the stenches seems to be getting heavier.
But what you said is that is not a death stench.
A what stench?
From death, from decomposing.
Oh, no.
Is it the
And
same
as you guys... Is it what? Is it the
Is
same
it-
stench as what?
That's the ogre and the was the goblin smelling as well, or just the ogre that had the strange stench?
He just said not like the ogre.
Oh, you said not like the ogre. Okay.
Mm-mm.
I'll grab Gaia bag and say something's not right down there.
I had one more question. While we were going down here, we forgot to look for footsteps of, because if Mikey and potentially Father Aldric was running down here, there could be tracks. If this is a dirt floor, I mean, the other was a was marble or something, or stone.
This is like a dirt floor, kind of, but it's more like compact cobblestone or gravel that's been put together.
Okay.
Not like man-made, but like more naturally condensed. And as you head down a bit further there, Khan, you hear what sounds like steps or the pattering or splashing of water.
Put
And then it
myself
goes
against the
quiet.
wall. I will raise my hand to the others and very quietly say, I think I heard someone run through water.
Oh.
Just gonna peek.
How are you approaching, Khan? Stealthily?
Yeah.
All right. Roll me a stealth check, sir.
Nice.
So you guys watch as Khan, at least Maizie and Thorag, outside of the candle, Khan moves up and just descends into darkness. He disappears, as it sounds like no movement beyond the light. You're able to make your way up, Khan, as it seems you don't see much right now.
I will turn to the others, because I don't know they don't see me, but...
You got up a little bit more behind this. We'll say you stopped for a moment. You look up into this cavern and you watch as these bipedal-looking reptilian figures stand there. They have kind of claws for hands and flippers for feet. Their skin's kind of this grayish green, and the head looks like a mixture between like a demonic frog or shark of sorts. As it seems two of them kind of walking together, moving sporadically, as you see this creature.
Is lizard folk common knowledge?
Yeah, lizard folk are common knowledge, but based on what you just see their
Yeah, those-
backside, so I guess it kind of does. You might assume it is at this moment.
I'll return to the group and say, there's some reptile-looking human. It's kind of like lizard folk, but they look more primitive in a way. They are not dressed. They seem to be patrolling.
Is there a way past them without them noticing?
After this curve, there is kind of like a shallow underground river that goes two ways. We could time our pass when we hear the footsteps on the water again to go right behind them, but always at a distance where we are not in vision range of them.
Is there any natural light in the cave?
No.
We looking to get stuck on that side?
What?
If we slip past them whilst they're patrolling, we can't get back.
It's true. So we just have to detach of them, I guess.
Well, if we get past them, we get past them.
If we get past them and then encounter something we don't like, we can't slip past them whilst running for our lives. We'll be trapped on one side.
That makes sense.
So what do you think we should do about this? We should fight them?
I think we can wait until we hear the water padding again, and then make a noise so they come this way, and then we ambush them.
Yeah.
I'll be just a little bit closer, picking my ear to be attentive for if I hear the sound again.
Okay. So you go around the corner again, stealthing up like you did, and you wait a little bit, and a couple minutes end up passing. You wait for them to come around, expecting them to be patrolling. And eventually you can hear, it sounds like it's further away, the steps of the pattering of footsteps again. And it sounds like it's getting closer. And it sounds like two different distinct pulse noises.
And I'll raise my hand as a sign of getting ready. And I'll wait until the padding of water sounds closer.
Okay. It sounds like it's very close at this point.
I'll do... Well, a better attempt of that, but I cannot scream with my current
Well, you're screaming? How loud?
loud enough for them to hear me. But not a mighty yell.
Okay. It kind of echoes throughout this cavern, much like the mushroom did. Not as loud, but you definitely do hear it kind of reverberate off the walls in the same sense. As you watch as this kind of reptilian fingers grabs a corner and reaches around, and they kind of look curiously. As they step in, you see these large creatures come into this opening. As they look around.
Already a firebolt for
And
when they come around.
As this one steps here, it sees Thorag in it. It'll belch out this screech back as we'll roll some initiative. You can I'll say you can get your bolt off as one of them rounds the corner.
Were my allies ready since this was the plan?
I would say so, yeah.
Fuck. I missed. Ooh, but my initiative is nice.
All right. Expecting to get the drop on these creatures, you find yourself ready to strike first. Khan, what would you like to do?
I'll step 30 feet towards the first one that I can see and get a punch on his ribs. Ooh,
Okay.
Nice.
Oh, well, this stench is hitting your nostrils, but it almost feels like the amulet you have seems to be protecting you.
Ooh. It's advantage, not immunity, just in case.
Yeah.
Okay. And I will bonus action disengage. And that was 30 feet. I can run 10 feet back here. And that would be me.
All right, Thorag.
Hearing the screech,
Fish
Thorag
man.
will
There.
run up. 40 feet to here. No. What did I say? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. 25 feet. And
You started here, yeah.
yeah. And I will strike into this first one with my short sword.
Okay. I need first, as you approach into this thing, I need a con save from you, please, and
Yeah.
thank you. What'd you roll?
14.
Okay. This stench hits your nose, but you're able to fight it off. As anything else on your turn?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and hit him with the dagger as well.
Oh, I didn't mean to type that as Thorag.
And that'll be the end of my turn.
Okay. On this thing's turn, it's going to try to repay the favor. As it'll try to strike down into you with this flipper-esque claw. Ooh, nat 1, as that will miss. All right, Lilith, that brings us to you. As a couple of these creatures have rounded the corner now, and your group has sprung into action.
Okay, we'll go 15 feet down the stairs, little jog on, see what's going on. Get a look at this half shark, half lizard monster boy. And pray that he understands the concept of language. I'm going to shout at him something like, give up now and give me my brother back, and try and suck out his will to fight, assuming it even works. I think he has to... No, it just says he has to be able to see or hear. No, I have to be able to see him. Okay, who knows? He passed anyway. Weird, confused fish noises, and then that's it. And I'll go out the way.
All right, Maizie.
Okay. I 10, 15, 20, 25. This is as close as I can get. Kind of peeking around Thorag. I'm going to... I can still stow and draw a new weapon as, like, in the attack, as part of the attack action, right? I don't have to take a full action to do that.
I think you can, like, pull it out, but what did we figure out, Johan? You gotta...
It is, I can, if I hold in my hand, I can attack and sheath, and then draw and stab. But I can't sheath this weapon I'm holding on to the second one.
So you'd be able to do it for one then. Yeah, you're fine.
Okay, yeah, because I'm gonna put my sword into its scabbard and pull just like a sling off of my belt.
Okay.
And I'm gonna try to throw a rock at this little guy.
Right, Kuha? Sorry.
Nice, and you hit it right in the middle of its head. What? Oh, because it's... Do you have a weapon mastery for that one?
No. Actually, I think I only have one. Do I have two?
No, you have two or three as a paladin.
Then yes, I do.
Yeah, cool. All right.
Then yes, I do. Yeah.
You watch as it hits him in the head, and he goes to move, and it's kind of in slow motion.
Okay. All right. That's it for me.
All right, this one's going to charge right up here, and where this bottleneck is happening is it's going to try to kick into your knee. What is it? It's going to strike out at you there, Johan, or Thorag, excuse me. Ooh, good lord. All right. Both will miss. As that brings us now to top of the round to Khan.
Now that I have companions besides me, I don't want to get into melee range both, so I'm gonna attack the other one.
Alright.
Giving a punch to the healthy one, that's gonna miss. Nah.
And I read it wrong, so do roll me a con save when you get a moment, but with advantage.
Okay. And I'll miss both times.
No, you hit the second one.
Oh shit! Constitution. Alt. Nice.
Nice.
Or maybe not.
No, you're good.
Okay. Holy shit, that messed him up.
Mm-hmm.
And that'll be me for this turn.
I will go ahead and strike into the one that looks the most in. Well, I think it's the. It doesn't matter. I'll strike into the right one that struck me before, or attempted to.
And you drop it down as its slowed movement kind of halts and its body just falls into you for a moment before dropping off onto the ground.
All right, and I'll take my secondary action and hit this one. The other one. It injured.
Secondary action? You have 2 actions.
It's
and roll
part,
me
it's part of the attack
roll me a-
action, Nick.
Roll me a con save, please.
Oh, every round. Okay.
Well, yeah, because you're standing right by these smelly bastards. Well, the one on the right, you were good. For the one on the left, this one would be for. All right, you're good. All right. Anything else?
That would be the end of my.
Okay, Lilith.
Good 15 foot. Have a look what's going on again. I see that poor Thorag is like green in the face and choking just being near this thing. And I see that Maisie's completely fine at a distance, so I don't want to get too close to this thing. All I really have is touch spells. We're using the new rules. We have to be close to the thing to help hit it. So I think I'm just going to pass. There's not much to offer for me.
You have a cantrip, a vicious mockery you could use, no?
Yeah, I just, like, from their perspective, they just tried it. It didn't work. She doesn't think these things comprehend, like, languages or linguistics. Like, it doesn't seem like it's going to work.
Okay.
Okay. Still with my sling in my hand. Come on, please target it. Thank you. I will attempt again.
Ooh,
This time
this
it goes
one will
wide.
miss.
Darn it. Okay, well, that's it for me.
And on its turn here, stinking as bad as it does, it is going to disengage from you guys. And,
Oh, no.
no. Yeah, it will. It's going to disengage, run up this way, and then you hear it, this kind of guttural noise just begin to come out of its noises or mouth. It kind of sounds like clicks and a screech together as it kind of goes throughout this tunnel. I don't know. All right, Con. Sounds like he has called for backup.
So this is 10. Oh, I saw you. 20. 25.
It can only go so far.
Poison.
No, you're not! And I'm gonna hit it on the back of the neck to try and stop it from making any more sounds. Damn. Second
Thick
hand.
neck.
I think that does it.
But not
No.
that thick. As it
And
just goes plopping into the ground. As it's kind of just floating there, just ever so. As that brings you guys now to the end of combat.
I'm gonna quickly grab the body and try to pull it to this side. And
Okay.
tell Thorag, help me hide the other one. Maybe if the backups don't find anything, they'll leave. And I'll hide this one somewhere around here.
Okay. Roll me a sleight of hand check. See how well you hide these things. How are you
rolling.
hiding them? Are you just like putting them on behind one of these things or something, or just dragging them upstairs a little bit?
That's not the check, but it's the
That's
same
fine.
modifier, so.
So are you like dragging them up here?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then I wouldn't make you roll. You wait for a little while for the same footsteps to sound, but you don't hear any.
Am I still poisoned?
I don't know how long that lasts. We'll say it's gone. Well, you weren't to begin with because you passed. And as you step into the water there, this mud kind of fills up to your ankles. You can definitely tell you can't step as well in here as you might like.
Man, this is so muddy, and I'm gonna submerge Gaia a little bit and then pull him out.
Okay. Feels almost
New
like a
leopard.
clay ball.
Muddy
let's-
dirt. Checked.
Let's listen and see which way the sounds are coming from.
What sounds?
Oh yeah.
Which
With your passive, as you're waiting there, Thorag, you can definitely hear some of that same kind of clicking and native guttural noises coming up from the west hallway. Yes, Maizie?
I was going to ask, which direction was it running? Like where was it
There.
yelling towards?
Yeah, it seemed to be yelling up this hallway.
Okay, I think it's safe to assume that's probably where the rest of them are.
Then let's go the opposite way.
I agree.
I'm gonna be attentive to see if I see any of the same yelling mushrooms that we saw at the entrance.
Okay. And you have a candle going? Yes, Thorag?
Yeah.
Okay. So, as your guys' light rounds that corner there, you can see off to your right what looks like a door. And it's got one of those things where you can, like, pull it up. Okay, now's the moment of truth. Can you open up the one door? Can you click that real quick?
No, locked.
It's locked.
I tried to
Whatever.
layer it so I could, like, yes, the door is locked, but you can slide open the hatch basically and see inside. So I will just open it up. The door is locked, but let's say you slide it open and look in there.
Ah.
You see what looks like a well-dressed fellow with a bardic cap on. Seems to be frantically trying to scribble into the dirt, but as that light rounds the corner, more of these creatures see you. We will roll some initiative.
Be on your guard. Here they come. I will swap initiative with that 20 at the very top. No, just kidding.
No, you can swap with me though.
Why would I?
Don't fall for it, it's a trap.
Oh yeah.
He sucked all my initiatives away and he didn't even give me one.
And as you guys come up and open that door, he says, "Hello. You finally come to rescue me?"
Who are you?
My name is Volothamp Geddarm.
Can you spell that?
And what are you doing here?
Well, it seems you're a bit busy. I'll talk to you in a moment. As he kind of steps off to the side because he wants to watch.
I love Volo.
All right, Thorag. That brings us to you.
Well, I will hold my action to attack if something rounds the corner because I can see nothing.
Okay.
And that will be the end of my turn.
All right. At the end of your turn, you do see rounding the corner here one of these creatures. As it steps up, be back there. All right. And you watch as another one comes right up behind.
I can't see them.
And
but,
oh, that's
yeah,
you're
so
right. A couple of you could see them. So Khan and Lilith watch as a few of these creatures round the corner. As there is this one. All right, Khan, that brings us to you.
Being that they are closer now and knowing how it's paused again.
My bad.
Thank
Sorry.
you. And knowing how not so tough they are, I'll try to get one of these down if I manage to hit both attacks. Bah! Bonus action. Kick on the nuts. And that one definitely hurt.
But it is still up, just barely.
I will end my turn here.
Alright.
Stand my ground.
And you watch as another one comes at the bottom of the corner here. Alright. And, well, none of you can see this guy. Alright, Maisie, that brings us to you.
Okay. I am going to stand. Oops. Come on. Stand on the edge of the candlelight because I cannot see anything. And I will put away my sling, draw my sword, and hold my attack for anything to come closer to me.
Okay. Lilith, the stench is hitting your nose right now as you see more of these lizard-like shark creatures cross the threshold of the corner. What would you like to do?
I can see at least two. I'm going to go for the guy a little bit further back to see if I can hassle him before he gets close, because there's a chance the guy up close dies first anyway. And even though the tokens look the same, I'm going to imagine this guy's got a bigger head. I'm going to call out to him that his head is far too big to be normal. Risking 1 damage. Look out. But now he's so self-conscious of his head.
Yeah, you
he
watch
can't
his
attack
eyes kind
properly.
of try to look at his forehead, and he just kind of slumps down and looks kind of defeated.
And then
Alright.
I'm going to get to here, and just as like an interaction, I'm going to try and like pull on this cage to see if it's weak enough to just kind of like pull it off, just to like open it forcefully.
That's
I mean,
where
it's a
Volo came
door.
from, right?
Yeah, this is
Oh
a
fuck!
door.
I thought it
to
was
your right. It's like a door that has, I don't know, I can't think of the name, but like a
Yeah,
a
slide.
sliding peephole.
like a peephole, the sliding
yeah,
peephole.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then instead of it being like grabbing the bars and trying to pull them, I'm just gonna grab the door. It's got a handle, like just try and wrench it open, like really heave it.
I mean, it doesn't. I mean, with your free action, nothing seems to come.
Fuck.
All right, Thorag.
The door is open on my screen.
That's the sliding
That's
door.
the-
I layered 2 doors on top of each other to try to give it the effect.
That's the peephole you're looking through, so
Peephole,
you can
yeah.
see, but the door's still shut.
Okay, so Volo is on the inside talking to us through the people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I will move up and finding this creature here looking worse for wear, and I will slice into him with a short sword.
There's another just in front.
And with that, I will move further up and strike with a dagger.
Nice.
Can you see right now? Like, I know you can on your screen, but do you have light from something?
Yeah, from the
Thorag
or
does.
I mean the candle's still going, or should I have picked up a torch?
No, I'm just asking.
Yeah, I do have light. Yes.
Okay. All right. Oh, you've ended it. All right. This one here is going to try to strike at you now.
Yep.
It misses, of course. But you see one charging in behind it, or you don't see it because you are blind. Because it's dark. All right, Khan, that brings us now to you.
I will run towards the one that.
And as you get there and kind of rounding through that bend, you see this
Oh shit.
snake-like creature standing in the back, wielding these 2 scimitars, kind of just watching everything unfold.
Oh,
Yikes.
because of the what's the god's name?
This is 15
Set.
here to here.
Or Zehir, excuse me.
Ah,
Zehir, yeah.
wow.
I'll attack this one. And while I do, I'm gonna yell to the others. There's more than I thought initially. But I'm gonna use my bonus action to go at it again. And run behind. Alright, the Goliath.
Alright.
That's it.
This one's gonna charge straight up to you, Thorag. The stench is getting to you.
Yeah.
Ooh. You watch as this one just comes up and slashes right into Thorag. He can hardly see it, but he still standing. This one here is now gonna make his way over here. No one can see this.
I can.
You can. You're right. You watch as this snake-like creature comes up, begins to mutter something in this strange language you hasn't heard. But he says, I suggest that you leave and go back to where you are safe. Can I get a wisdom save from you, Thorag? I don't know why that did it like that.
Yep. You can indeed.
Oh, very nice. You are able to avoid this suggestion. All right, Maizie, that brings us to you.
Okay. I will 5, 10, 15, 20 come up here next to Thorag. This is the only one that I can see, so here goes the sword.
Come on. Yes.
Nice. You take a large chunk out of this thing as the water at your feet starts to get mixed in with this blood of these creatures. But I do need a con save from you.
Okay.
As the stench fills through your nose and burns your body, it feels like.
Ooh. Good.
As you are poisoned.
Damn it.
Anything else on your turn?
No, that is all for now.
All right. Lilith, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna go 10, 20. And I'm gonna look at this lizard caster guy. Not that I saw him casting, but just as a so you know who it is.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna see him. I'm gonna clearly clock him as like the leader of this little group, because all the others are just big-headed, naked idiots, whereas this guy's wearing clothes and has weapons and stuff. I also heard him telling Thorag to like pack up your shit and fuck off home. So I'm gonna call out to the leader. We're just looking for my brother Mikey. He's been kidnapped. We don't have to fight you if you're not on the side of these cultists. I'm going to see what he says to that. And if I don't like it, I'm going to blast the guy in the middle.
Do you think the prison guards are gonna listen to that?
Go tell your people to stand down.
Gonna be lured into it, but I'm gonna hold off. I'm gonna hold my action. I'm gonna save my vicious mockery. I'm gonna blast it on the middle guy. If these things keep hassling us, and then I'll say to the others, take a moment. I think they might be open to talking.
All right, Thorag, that brings us to you.
Are you sure?
The leader said he'd stand down if we did.
Hold action to slash this guy in front of me if he does anything.
If he does
Alright.
anything, he's breathing. Go on, slash him.
All right, this one kind of just looks back at this creature here and looks forward at you guys and just kind of snarls. On that brings us to you.
Seeing that the others are agreeing to not attack, I will take one step or maybe 2 steps back. Or maybe, no, yeah, just 2 steps back. And stand down my attacks.
Alright. This one looks back, looks forward at Thorag, and licks its lips.
Like aggressively or seductively?
Aggressively. As it tries to strike at you, Thorag.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, this guy broke the truce. Alright, we blast this guy.
Yeah.
Beautifully, it's a vicious mockery that I've held, so I can be like, you broke the truce and you deserve to perish.
And Thorag, your ready to action goes off.
Yep.
Plus,
Save. Oh!
alright, as it
Mega.
drops down there.
Hooray.
Well, this one's gonna charge up right after it. No sooner than the body falls, it comes right up and tries to strike right into you.
Come on, Maizie, help me.
Yes.
Fuck, dude, these guys roll like shit. Alright, this guy's gonna come up, looking at you guys there. You see him kind of swirl his sword, and as he points it out, this blast of light kind of fires off there at Thorag.
Lightning bolt.
Okay.
All of
Oh,
us.
no, I can't see him. It's only somebody I can see. That has to be... I think. Let me double check. A creature I can see, yeah.
Ah.
Fudge. I can't
Yeah.
see. I'm
Oh.
so sorry.
The red torch.
Hey, we couldn't come to an agreement.
It was your man that broke it. Twice now.
And the Trog kind of does a little shrug. Maizie, you watch
Hey.
as right below you, Thorag drops down to his knees and hits the ground.
Bonus action. The 5 points of lay on hands. And then little guy in front of him with the longsword. Actually, I am going to, instead of that, apologies. Instead of that, I'm going to cast. No, it's a bonus action. Damn it. Okay. I am going to, yeah, just with the attack with the longsword.
Nice. Even being poisoned, you take all of this creature down and drop it to its knees.
Okay.
Anything else?
Nope, that is it for me.
Okay, Lilith.
Step up to here, assuming I can squeeze my little self here. And I'm gonna try and grab onto this guy and haze him. See how that goes. Oh, two. Take it though. And then because he's been tased, he can't op attack me when I go back to where I was roughly. And then I'm sorry, Thorag, I can't help you. I got nothing.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
Why? It says I have positive hit points. Oh, I do have positive hit points. I can't do that.
Yeah, because I
Oh yeah.
I lay it on hand. I did lay on hands, yeah.
My bad.
This entire session without sneak attack. I'm a complete idiot. Yeah. And with the only thing I have now in my hand is my dagger because I'm holding onto the candle in the other one. So 1 dagger hit it is with full damage.
I'm assuming you're gonna stand up first.
Oh yes. Where's the stand-up icon? Okay, I can.
You're
Just...
good. All you gotta do is
Okay.
just get. You just
Okay.
got removed from. You're fine.
And then I will sneak attack on that one since Maizie is within range.
Finally, I thought you didn't know how to play your character.
Now it's been what 3
Now,
weeks.
now.
All right, this one's gonna charge right up to you two. Looking at Thorag, who's already been pretty beaten up and bruised, gonna try to strike back at you. Ooh. Wow. All right.
Maizie?
No, I'm gonna impose disadvantage.
I would say I'm gonna say going forward that it's not gonna be anyone else's call. So
Yeah,
Maisie's gotta
sorry.
remember. You're good.
Fuck.
Oh shit.
The second time it hasn't
You're
worked.
great at it.
Yeah, you're
It works, Maisie.
Well, no. It just imposes disadvantage, so it would be the worse of the two.
Yeah, no.
So yeah.
That's rough. All right, Con.
That's
that
rough,
brings us
buddy.
back to you.
I will run 25 feet up to here. And that one's way beyond my running range. So I'll just punch the one we have in front. Fuck. Not the greatest of damages, but here comes the second.
Wow, nice.
Balance good damage. And I'm just gonna stand in here.
Wolves, as he looks around at the lizard-like creatures, he's gonna charge straight up here to Khan. You see glimmering ever so off the candlelight this scimitar as it'll try to strike at you straight into your gut. Gentleman's 20 for 3 damage. As it comes back with the backswing on its underhand, moving elegantly, you see its body almost withering like a snake as it strikes at you, but this attack unfortunately misses. Amazing.
Oh.
Okay. The one in. Okay, so as a bonus action, on myself, I cast Divine Favor, and I will attack this one in front of us.
Whoa.
Nice.
Takes a minute to cast.
Divine Favor does?
I think so. That's what it's saying.
Lasts for a minute?
Detail. Oh, it lasts a minute. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I was gonna say no. Wait a minute. It's a bonus action. I hope it doesn't take a full minute to cast. Yeah, it lasts for a minute. Okay.
All right, and you just absolutely eviscerate this creature.
Is the combat timer still weird? Do I need to change the because it says 10 rounds now, so maybe that's been fixed?
For me, it says round 4.
No, I apologize. For my Divine Favor, for the effect, how the effects have been running out earlier than they should.
Oh, no,
of
that's
the timer.
The only time that happens is if I don't act. Like, if you guys teleport to a scene and I don't activate that scene, the module that actually runs the time doesn't think that we're on the scene that has combat.
Perfect. Okay,
so it's user error from me.
No
that
problem.
happen.
I just wanted to make sure I didn't need to do anything additional.
No, you're good.
I am going to also take a step here in front of Thorag. I can't. I get the sense that there's that
Oh,
other
true. You can
creature is
definitely
there.
hear it. Yeah.
Yeah, but I can't see it, so I'm not gonna be great protection, but I'm still gonna try to kind of stand in the way here, and that'll be the end of my turn.
Okay. Scratch?
Shit, that's me. We're gonna hit him with the. I mean, it was a troglodyte got hit by the sword. All right, we're gonna hit him with the vicious mockery, and I'm just gonna ask him, "Do you have no honor, or risking the 1 damage, not getting the 1 damage?" And then just so that we're not all in a line, I'm gonna go down again.
All right, Thorag, barely standing on bloodied, your clothes tattered, there's troglodytes at your feet. What would you like to do?
Well, I will step out, and as I see him, strike in with the short sword.
Wow, that took a bad turn. It was gonna be a nat 20.
Slice his, slice his leg and make him fall prone.
How many times a day can you
Oh
do
shit, it's 2 times a day. Did I use it? When did I use it? Oh yeah, I did, no.
that? You did with the ogre, but I couldn't remember another time.
Me neither.
The ogre was the first and only time you've used it in the whole campaign.
Well, except for the first day. Anyway.
You used it the first day?
Anyway, I will... Yeah, the first day we did it, I threw a dagger and that's the end of it.
Now being in the floor, I'm gonna do the... When there's someone on the ground that you kick him, just like that. Here goes 1. Twin roll. For 1 again. But the second... For 1 more damage than the previous. And that's it.
On his turn, he's going to stand up as he begins to twirl these scimitars again in his hand. As the first strike's going to try to come down at you, Khan. The second one is going to try to come down at Thorag, who has now stepped up into this area.
That's it. Oh, no.
And he knocks you prone himself as you go once more unconscious, as he just stands there. Stupid. Leave while you can. I might just spare your life. All right, Maizie.
Yeah, I was just going to say, for the record, I have to be next to both of you in order to block that. So I'm going to step up here, and I am going to attempt to attack him. Okay. With the 2 points of radiant from the divine favor, I'm also going to use my 1-a-day free divine smite.
You did already in the temple.
Oh yeah, you did.
I did?
Oh, well, but it's Mia's call. That's what we said earlier.
What?
Yeah, I do remember you using it in the top floor of the temple.
I do remember. You are correct. This is all still the same day.
Yeah.
So that is all for me.
All right.
Fortunately, I don't have any other bonus action that can help right now.
Level 2.
Woohoo!
Terrible question, but just because I don't know the new system very well. Did they add anything like in Baldur's Gate where I like run over, I use my action, and I like help Thorag up? I imagine they didn't make anything like that, but did they?
There is a rule. Hold on, let me find it.
Oh.
It's a stable.
I know the stabilizing thing, but that doesn't like. It just stops him dying. I think it doesn't help him live.
All right, got it pulled up here. Okay, so you can take a help action to try to stay here. I'll just send this chat real quick.
Oh. Yeah, 1d4 hours is a little bit too long for him to help in the combat. So I'll try and finish this guy and then stabilize him afterwards. So I'll go 10, 20. That one feels really cheeky because I'm really up the wall here.
Yeah, I would say you're. Okay.
Well,
Sure.
the thing is, right, I'm more like here and can't like. We're not 5 feet wide as people, but yeah, it doesn't.
I mean, I
I'm going
understand,
back
but the way
anyway.
the grid is in the wall, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, it's cheeky. But I can stand in his square for a second and then leave.
you
can't
can,
I?
yeah.
So it's,
But
it's
he
all,
will
it's
get
all
an
the
off
same.
attack when you do that.
Well, not if I hit him with the taser grip, in which case,
Mm,
hopefully it works. But you are right, it might not work.
Oh, he won!
Oh,
Yes.
Hit him with the taser. Grab onto him, zap him, and then I think everyone in the puddle also takes damage. And then because he's so shocked that happened, I'll go back to where I was, and he can't even do a goddamn thing about it. I'm sorry, Thorag.
Oh,
yeah,
I thought
maybe.
you were going to send me the death rolls.
I'll do that. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I don't know if you see that though. Anyway, I mean, you see the roll, but I don't know if you'll see the result.
Line GM.
Here, I
Yeah.
sent it to chat. Do you see that? Hey, it actually showed me the correct roll. Nice.
Yeah, but I don't get to see the roll on line GM, right?
I'll figure it out. But you're fine. You're not dead yet. All right, Connie. Yeah, yet. Keyword there.
Seeing that I'm more injured than it, yeah, I'm gonna punch it in the gut and take a bonus action to disengage. Stay
All right.
behind Madame
That
Page
unfortunately misses.
and just try to hold my sides that are all wounded and tell Maizie, "You got this."
All right. Yeah, he's just gonna strike at you twice. I thought about doing something else. Oh, why disadvantage?
Because of
I
the
hit
sword.
him? Because I hit him with the sap.
All right, and both attacks will miss. I really feel like they should give those properties to the NPCs as well, if they are it's a little goofy. All
Yeah.
right, Maizie, what would you like to do?
All right. I would like to hit him with my longsword. I hit him with my longsword. Hallelujah. 14 damage.
Tell us how this looks.
All right. As the sword swings through the air, it kind of radiates and glows with this this holy light as the blade slashes down through like the joint, where the neck and the shoulder are, and like slice through into his chest, and he falls to the ground dead.
I think there's a blasphemous execution that is just like that. The penitent one grabs the enemy from the hair, lifts them in the air, and then just smacks the sword through here.
Ew.
And as it drops into the water there, we will end combat and take our bio break.
Okay. Be right back.
Good.
So, after a long, tough-fought battle, you find yourselves under the Temple of Pelor in some what seems like long-forgotten tunnels. But they're not so long-forgotten, as you did find a couple doors that, upon opening it up, you noticed a strange bard-looking figure standing in there, who introduced himself as Volo. But around you now, you see some bits off the... Well, let's see. Khan, and we'll say everyone can see, but there definitely seems to be another cavern off in this way to the west.
Okay, first thing I'm going to do is try to stabilize Thorag.
Oh
Or help
shit,
Lilith.
we should have done that to begin with.
Or help Lilith stabilize Thorag.
No, I'm there, like, as he's bleeding out on the floor, got my arms crossed, and I'm watching to see if you can do it.
Okay.
Well, you know, if you don't, automatic death, right?
Pretty sure that's not true.
All right.
If the check fails, is like adding a fail to the death
No,
save.
I think that is a fucking misconception.
I
It's a
think
good
it should be
thing.
the opposite. If you fail their thing, you should be dying instead, and they get up.
Is that Pathfinder though, where you can where if you fail the medicine
Yes.
check they get hurt? Okay.
It makes
Mhm.
sense, but it's really bad to experience.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Agreed. Well, we'll say that after, because I mean, eventually you guys will be able to stabilize him, but at this point, he is.
No, because it's a race against the clock, right? Because if he rolls,
Oh yeah, that's
fails,
true.
he
You're right.
dies.
This is
So-
why I normally don't end combat.
So Maisie cooked her attempt, and then I'll do one. Teach her how it's done.
Well, and then Thorag, you roll me private
Oh.
D20
Hmm.
or death save, and we'll say that this is the first round. Then after the initial death save.
And where's GM? Do you want the blind?
No. Earlier I didn't know a way to show you it as well. So, okay. Now Maisie, or excuse me, Lilith, roll your wisdom save. See if you can stabilize.
Like, isn't it?
What?
The medicine check, yeah.
Oh yeah. What the hell am I talking about? Here we go. I'll request a medicine.
I cannot believe I didn't buy a healer's kit on all the characters I've ever bought one on.
It's so much better in this. Anyway, doesn't matter. Nice. Yeah, you are able to
Is it good?
stabilize
It hasn't
Thorag.
come up for me yet.
Oh, fair.
Oh, it's hidden because I don't see it either.
I
It
don't
is
see
Well,
that.
he's requested a secret one, I think.
Yeah,
Oh, there it
fair.
is.
There you guys go. He rolled
Oh,
very well.
huge. Yeah, so I'm
Yeah.
walking through Maisie all the steps of like what you do to stabilize someone. You roll them into the recovery position. You check for, like bleeding. You like stuff the bleeding. You like wrap things up, and just covering like how that sort of panicked field first aid goes. And then I put my fingers on the side of his neck. I'm like, he'll be ready in like 4 hours.
3. I rolled a 3.
Yeah, but I don't know that it's 3 hours. I
Oh,
think that
fair,
it's 4
fair.
because it's usually like up to 4.
I imagine you guys pull his face out of the water so he's not gonna drown there.
Yeah,
Yes, I'm gonna
definitely.
like sit him up against the wall here.
All right.
While they do that, I'm gonna approach this gate and try to open the big hole.
Okay. You look inside, and this one seems to be abandoned, but you do see various rocks and maybe some tattered cloth that seems to be in there.
Oh, do I see this glow?
Yeah, and it looks like a candle that's on.
Oh.
I know that there's not a. I'm doing the opposite this time. There's not a candle there, but I put a candle on.
Why would there be a candle in an empty cage?
And you hear it coming out from behind you. Hello, saviors? Are you going to rescue me?
Yeah, give us a sec. The guy that picks locks is face down in a puddle.
So who are you?
My name, and you see him kind of bow, is Volo Geddarm.
Yeah, you I think you already said that, but
Well, then why did you ask?
I meant more like, do you come from Alfield? Why are you here?
My dear boy, I write tales, great mysteries. I explore the unknown, things that you wouldn't even begin to fathom. I'm here charting the unknown in my recent book that is set to come out soon. I call it Volo's Guide to Monsters.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. That sounds like it would come in handy for a group of adventurers.
Well, tell you what, you get your friend up, and I have a bit of a proposition. You could help, maybe. I mean, you might get credited, of course, but your work would be most valuable. I can't promise gold, but notoriety.
So you need information of monsters?
Yes, in a sense, there's a lot out there. I can't possibly find them all by myself.
It sounds like it could be useful to have one of those published.
Exactly. A little bit of money, yes.
And how did you end up here?
I was tracking a creature out in the wilderness when suddenly these stinky creatures set upon me. I've now called them troglodytes. Their stench could knock a man out for miles. Their claws sharp enough to rip through steel. And we took them down together. That was wonderful, wasn't it?
I'm gonna turn to the other and say, yeah, we...
I'm stood at an angle he can't see me at, and I'm just gently spiraling a finger next to the left side of my temple, the classic crazy motion.
Well, here, if you wish, and he kind of pulls a crumpled piece of paper out of his pocket. Here's an application of sorts.
Jesus Christ.
They can just call me Bo.
A man of my literary stamina.
Damn.
Big and mean helps nobody.
So what this is it'll be a collective bestiary of sorts. So the idea is as you guys run into creatures, I figure you guys could write in this journal about what you come across. Basically like how it says through here, and help Volo, right? Volo's guide.
Can you add to the compendium that the bigger the lizard's head, the weaker they are to psychic damage?
I'm gonna take the application and tell him. So the reason we ended up here is because we are looking for someone that was captured and imprisoned by some sort of cult that is running up in the village.
That's exactly what happened to me. I mean, I've seen plenty come through here. There was a fellow I was talking to a couple nights ago. And they've taken him since, but he seemed to know things, quite knowledgeable.
Did you manage to get the name?
I did. I don't know if it was a code name or what, but he said his name was Subotai. Sounded oriental of sorts, I'm not sure.
That sounds very familiar. I think that is Thorag's companion. Thorag is the one that is laying unconscious over there. They'll have to wait until he wakes up. Miss Lilith says it's gonna take 3-4 hours.
Maizie, as you look on this body now, you notice that these scimitars, they're very finely crafted. They don't appear to be magical, but as you're feeling down more of his body, it's slimy, it feels gross, but eventually you come across a brooch around his neck.
So, the neck is right next to the body, so to feel so much of the body, she had to start from the feet and start feeling the body upwards.
Well, I imagine that I went through like all of the outer pockets of the clothing first, and then started looking under the clothing in order to find the brooch or the necklace, whatever it is. It was probably hidden under folds of clothing.
Starting from the feet.
All right,
from the
fine.
feet.
Fine, starting from the feet.
Why would you start from the feet, you freak?
Because
Oh,
there's,
God damn it. Nobody read that.
There's-
Why does it say the name?
there's where you keep the hidden daggers under your boots.
I mean, that is true. But I was also specifically looking for, I don't know, some keys to maybe unlock this door.
You don't
You started
find
with
keys.
his feet. You're like, where does he keep the
What?
keys? Check his toe.
I mean, you did hear from your companions that there seemed to be another room off to the west.
Oh. And that one was also locked?
Who knows? You guys haven't gone over there yet.
Oh, off to the left. I'm sorry. I don't know
Oh.
directions. He looked at the one to the right.
So
You
as
can
you look
click
in
the
the
item,
icon,
Yeah.
if you,
Take. Thank you.
so Con, as you go into that room, you see more of these kind of strange-looking lily pad-esque rocks, but you also find a workbench of sorts, and it looks like it's got a torn and bloody satchel. You see a set of keys hanging on kind of like a pegboard, and you see various notes that are kind of sprawled about.
I'll grab everything. I'm mostly interested in the set of keys that I'm gonna keep at hand. The rest I'm gonna save in the backpack.
As he comes back with everything, I'm gonna try and hold a hand out to stop him. I'm gonna look him in the eyes. I'm gonna say, "Why do you have a pegboard?"
Hey, what?
A pegboard. You've got a 3-foot by 2-foot wooden pegboard
Where? What?
in your hands. Why have you got that?
I have the keys.
Excuse me, I think I might know a way to wake your friend. It's something we could even test for the book if you're still interested in that. It'd help in my research. It could wake your friend up. Win-win.
Does it use the pegboard?
No. These creatures, they stink quite profusely. Perhaps they have glands of sorts that could be secreted upon. You could make a drink for your friend. He could drink that, and maybe it'd wake him up. The stench would just make him come to.
That thing that is poisonous just to smell, consume it in a drink? Are you crazy?
Some might say so, but it's for scientific purposes.
Okay, but you drink it first.
Okay.
And I'm gonna flick through the keys and test one by one until one eventually opens the door.
And eventually you do. You're able to open this door up. Once again, Volo Geddarm.
Volothamp, Geddarm. Yeah. Okay.
And he you see him stepping very delicately in the water, trying not to get any blood on his loafers or on the cuff of his pants, and stepping ever so over these creatures, looking down disgusted. Ugh. Fellas, I might have to write about him. He is quite large. Well, do you have a dagger or something? I mean, I sure don't.
I'll hand him my dagger.
You watch as he delicately gets down to one of these creatures and just flakes away with the knife on these scales, and eventually this ooze kind of comes out like you're scraping trees and getting sap off. And he finally gets a little bit, and he eventually says, well, do you have something to put these in? Glasses of sorts? Never mind. We need something I cannot hold and drink it. I'm not touching this.
Let me see. Well, I guess I can empty this. And I'll empty my flask of oil.
Okay.
Just dump it into the water and hang the empty bottle to this man.
All right. He goes to set it in the water and then looks at all the blood and thinks, And then he eventually gets some of this slimy liquid of the skin off this creature into this vial. And he kind of gives it a whiff and okay.
For science.
He is going to try and light a he's gonna try to make it look like he's drinking and throw it over his other shoulder. Kind of looking off the direction to make it look. So I guess everybody roll perception versus his sleight of hand.
I'm gonna use my passive. Which would be...
Oh no.
Is that a minus? Okay, thank God.
That's what we call 2020. Oh, sorry, 22 vision.
It's -1 but +2. Because I'm proficient, but I have -1 in wisdom.
Eyes are closed.
All right. So Grass catches him, trying to pour this liquid out beside him. And after getting scolded, he finally looks down at it and swirls it a little bit, and it looks chunky in this oil glass. And he eventually pours some into his mouth and holds it up to kind of waterfall it, as he doesn't want to touch it, and it glops down onto his tongue. But as he drinks it, you watch as the hair on his body and on his head just kind of frizzle and stand up like he just got static shocked for a moment, and it was like a smoke bomb or a stink bomb went off in my body. But I do
Okay,
feel
it's
more
safe.
awake.
I think he's safe. Purring on him.
All right. And he pours a bit into Thorag's mouth, kind of investigating his body as he does, just seeing this half-giant specimen as not like that. Don't think it's weird. Anyway, you eventually you feel the same effects, Thorag, as you come to, and over your head or over standing over you now, you see the one that was in the prison cell before you had gone unconscious.
And I'm gonna say, yeah, as I was saying, this half-man is a very rare specimen that we have adopted. Oh, you're awake. Sorry.
So what happened? Where am I?
You almost got sliced to death by the snake thing, and I will point to the dead body of it.
Yes, now I
But
remember.
it is all dealt with.
Well, what have you been up to? And I take it this is Volo?
Indeed. It is I, the great Volo.
So what is so great
Talk
about you?
to him.
You haven't read my stories.
Have I?
Well, it's always nice to meet a new potential fan. I don't know. Roll me a history check. Oh my God, Grass. You have not heard this of Volo before. For all you know, he is puffing smoke.
Well, I can't say I've heard anything about you.
I will tell him.
And you are in luck, as you have a chance to learn.
Talking to him earlier a bit, you said you run into Volothamp, something like that. Volothamp? A code name of some sort you mentioned.
Oh, Subotai. Yes,
Yeah.
remarkable fellow, quite knowledgeable on things. He was a good chat. I don't know where they've taken him. But yeah, I believe he was in that cell next to me.
Oh, this. So you've seen Subotai in here?
See is hard to say. I've spoken to him, with him, and if he's to be believed.
Yeah,
I mean,
in the cell next over. Yeah.
There's been more that have come and gone, but they speak of this great coil in the maw. It sounds like wherever these people operate out of, truly, it's not here.
And by whom? Who do you mean these people are?
Well, whoever decided to capture me, that I couldn't tell you.
The Subotai must surely have left some clues just in case he got the information that he was held here.
Here's the keys, and that must have been his cell.
Thank you.
As you open up that door, it looks quite barren inside.
Maybe there's something written with the candle's wax.
Well,
And as you guys are looking around, you notice that there's some scattered rock. But as you look off in the corner, you notice, Thorag, you see what is certainly a broken half pin of the logo of the Cobalt Soul.
ooh. Well, he was definitely here.
So no hidden messages.
I don't know, did you pick the pin up?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Under the pin, you see scratched, but like kind of scrawled onto the back of it. Eyes open in shadow. The coil awakens where the roots drink deep. Trust the quiet path. I still move. I still see. S.
Can you tack that down as well so I can take it? Thank you.
They seemed interested in him.
The coil awakens. I wonder what that means. Like the coil of a snake.
What are you talking about?
Oh, it's a secret message from Subotai.
Oh, do you relay it to us?
Yes, I do. Eyes open in shadows, the coil awakens where the root drink deep. Trust the quiet path. I still move, I still see.
Well, at least that's a sign that your friend is still alive. But if they took him, where to? This cave doesn't seem to have any more exits.
Are you sure? Did you really look? Maybe there's a dead end with a secret door or something.
Well, we'd have to check every single wall, and that can take us some time.
Well, I would certainly look in the room where you said you found. Did you say you found things?
What about here?
Yeah. As you guys get into there, you see the scrawlings and the various the bloody satchel. Well, you grabbed it all, Con.
Yeah.
As you guys expand and look at the room, you don't notice any kind of secret tunnels anymore that goes off. But as you're exploring about, Con, your foot eventually kicks onto something kind of hard. You almost stub your toe. And as you move your foot away, it uncovers this dirt, and it looks like the top of a chest.
Oh. I actually do stub my toe, but my toe is so strong that I break the rock that I stub it with.
Nice.
Okay, it does appear to be something else in here.
Yeah?
Is it locked?
Oh, no. You're able to open it.
And what might be inside?
Looks like various bits of gold, electrum. You see some silver as well as copper.
Electrum? I thought this was just a myth from the books.
But you also see some tattered parchment that seems to be in there. And the gold, it's not like it's just haphazardly thrown about. They look to be in various different boxes that would be like maybe for sorting.
Well, I don't think they'll be needing these anymore. I'll grab it to split it with the rest, and I'll also look into the bloody satchel.
All right. You guys should have just got some
Oh,
Is it manual or is it auto?
No, it should have just auto added it for you guys.
It did indeed. Nice.
epic.
Oh yeah, Borther.
Very nice.
You see on that parchment, it looks written much like the paper that you had seen at Edric Wilrow's home. Is that his name? The farmer, the crazed farmer.
Galen.
In the
Weaver.
same language?
Galen Weaver, you're right. Well, yeah. That was a different name I was going to use.
The same abyssal language?
Yes.
Damn. We'll have to take these to Dorian to decipher what they say.
Nonsense. My mind can comprehend things you wouldn't even believe.
Is that Volo Geddarm?
It is. As he's been kind of standing at the back of the room watching you guys, ever curious.
Okay, if you can take a look at these.
So he spends a little bit kind of looking over them. Eventually, he says, "This one is rather strange. Seems like orders, maybe from a higher ranking official of sorts, but the prisoners above must be broken or offered. Those resistant to the charm, interesting, are to be brought below to the hatchery. Any unclaimed sacrifices are to be fed to the spawn." What do you think they're hatching? This would be great for my book.
I think we need to figure that out before it actually happens, or consequences might be bad.
Wait, there's more. Progress must not be delayed. The maw awakens with each completed cycle. Upon the hatching of the 5th brood, the coil's mouth shall open fully, and the voice will rise from the deep stone.
The coil's maw, you said?
Yes. What do you think it all means?
Is definitely some sort of summoning ritual.
Were there any more papers?
I'm gonna check the bloodied satchel.
Okay. As you look at the bloodied satchel and kind of open it up, you find a journal that also seems to be covered in blood. It looks like it's been heavily used.
In what language is it written on?
It looks to be written in common.
Oh. Well, there's this, but this is legible for all of us. And I'm gonna read it out loud.
Okay. And as you open it up, on the front cover in the bottom left-hand corner, you see a branded sigil that looks like the Cobalt Soul. And it says...
I'm gonna show it to Martok. Oh, yeah. Fucking Thorag. I think this belonged to your friend. It's best if you read it.
This might have belonged to Subotai. It might have been his journal of what's been going on now from his perspective.
Go ahead.
I will go ahead and start reading through it.
Okay. So you see it says observation report. Field report. Pattern consistent with forbidden practices under Serpent cult doctrines. Significant deviation from tradition. Or from traditional rites. Infiltration level severe. Confirmed presence of modified and charmed elements. Source appears... Elephants, yes. The source appears to be unstable. The populace has been charmed and coerced, but resistance seems minimal. Leadership seems to display increased mutations. Biological transformation noted. And as it goes on a bit further, it says, "As I've explored more, the deep tunnels are not all abandoned. Troglodytes seem to use them as biological deterrents. Exposure here seems to accelerate mutation. Recommend immediate recall and suppression if retrieval of the fragment is not feasible. Danger level escalating. Trust no one in the upper temple ranks. And you see as you go a bit further, a roughly sketched map. You see it's all field, and then off to the forest area, as you would assume from the map, you see it marked with an X. And it has written, active ritual site. Possible this is where the beacon is? Brood guard development chambers. High mutation rates.
This is really bad news. It seems they have a time to resurrect one of the betrayer guards, perhaps. That will bring huge problems in the world.
This combined with the notes written in Abyssal, it does sound like a summon ritual. One that requires human sacrifice.
But what is it all about with the transformation? Was this snake person we just met, was that a former villager? What is the transformation?
Do you think it's... They mean like the pig people that we saw?
It might be.
I want to go back to the snake person and inspect if that was a lizard folk or someone transformed into a snake.
Okay, roll me a nature check for that. Or medicine.
Okay. Which am I better to
Medicine.
While he's doing that, were there any was there any lamp oil found in this room?
Sure.
Okay, I'm gonna light my lamp.
Okay.
Can use the oil that I dumped to free the bottle.
With that check, I mean, you've heard about lizard folk because you had spoken about them, with the fluff. Okay.
Holy smokes.
All right.
Damn.
Turn that shit off, Mace.
Oh, crap.
It should be 15-foot radius.
Yeah, here, I'm just gonna...
No, it says 45, 15 plus 30.
Yeah, 15 plus 30.
That's why it was so big.
No. Anyway, what was I saying?
Apologies.
Something about not knowing what a lizard person is, and...
Yeah, medicine check, trying to figure out what a lizard was.
It definitely seems not to be a lizard folk. This is more snake-like in nature. And as you guys are standing there, Volo says, I believe this is what's known as a Yuan-ti. Snake people.
One second.
No worries.
That would have been awkward. I was nearly one of those.
Yeah. And what is this Yuan-ti speaker?
Well, what do you mean?
Well, if it's something you have in your book, will you please tell me more? And just rather have a name.
Well, there are different ranks of these things, some of them nastier than others. This one, I think, was a infiltrator of sorts. At least that's what I'm donning it in the book.
And haven't you met Cease before? Was this the first one?
Oh, this is the first one. He is actually the one that captured me while I was investigating things for myself.
Back.
And was there anything you found out about them while being captured?
Well, they seem to deal with poisons. Seems to be their specialty. They also have a way of suggesting certain things to people and making them bend to their will. That one seemed to carry 2 scimitars and use them quite well, but when that didn't work, I know that he also had a way of spewing poison, or spitting it, shooting it. I'm not sure what these snake creatures do.
Well,
I'm
there's
trying
one
to learn a
every
bit more.
study.
Well, it's hard to study when it is dead. It's easier when it's alive, but unfortunately, the action took place a bit up from my cell, where I have been imprisoned for a few days now. I'm sorry.
I think I saw it spit poison at Thorag, and that's one of the causes that made him go down and then back up. And then he got sliced and went down again. And then taken back up again. No shame in that. No worries.
It also seemed like he was a piper of sorts, as snakes almost bend to these creatures' wills.
Oh.
And
He was dishonorable as well. He faked a truce, and then he and his men continued to attack.
the audacity. Yes,
Something that
a lot of these creatures are not to be trusted. They are
something that
known for manipulating. Yes,
go
Mom?
in the book. Something that should go in the book. These are not to be trusted.
Yes. I will put that in there, because we faced one, and we have all come out alive and stronger.
But why were
But
you
did
not
they
that
hunger for
person?
the flesh of giants? It kept licking its lips when it looked at Thorag.
Those lizard creatures, they are malnourished here. They've been living off sheep and goat. I've heard them billowing in the night or mooing. So I think the idea of eating flesh sounded good to them. Well, I am going to see myself out of here. I was supposed to
You
be
know
at
the way out?
Stash a little while ago. I think so. If not, I'll find it. But
You should stay in the spare bedroom of my sister-in-law's farm before you leave town.
really, I think I'll take you up on that offer. I need a good bath. Is there a bathhouse in town?
There's not, but there's a pond about half a mile from the farm.
I suppose it might have to suffice until I'm back where I belong. If you wish to take me up on that offer, you can send it by Raven. I will be staying at a place in Zadash. Where, I'm not sure yet. I'm needed many places.
Dash.
Would you do me the favor, Volo, just in case we do not venture that way, to go to the library of the Cobalt Soul and just inform them of what's going on here? They might send more.
Yeah, I can do that. They've been rather interested in my studies. I've spoken with the High Curator, Balsashi. He seems to be a rather knowledgeable fellow. Are you one of these Cobalt Souls?
Yeah, that would be me. I am.
Well, if you can get that Subotai fellow back, I'd love to have a drink with him one day and actually see his face. He owes me a game of dragon chess.
He's quite good at it.
That's how he talked a big game, but we'll see.
He will
I'd
certainly
be
see.
good at some dragon chess too. It's the only form of game that we had back in the temple. Well, board games. We did have other forms of physical entertainment, like throwing boulders to our stomachs to see who endured the most, or standing in one hand on a pole. Fun times.
Well, I thank you for saving me. You said your sister will have me? Is there somewhere I should go in town to find her?
Lilith?
Grass.
Sorry, what did he ask?
He just asked, oh, my bad. He just asked how to get to your sister's.
Oh, yeah. Grass doesn't know from where we are, but Lilith will give him directions and like sketch like a little map for
Okay.
him. Basically just explain us on the north side of town, but we're at the church and I don't know if you can cut through the woods, but like she'd know all the cut throughs.
I thank you, people, my saviors of sorts. Whether you help me or not on my future endeavors, I do wish to write about this someday. Maybe we'll even put it in the excerpt on these creatures. But if I do, what exactly do you call yourselves?
Call me Khan the Great.
Hmm.
Thorag
great.
Stonefist.
Well, and the rest of you?
I'll elbow Maisie forward.
Maisie Waterford.
Always so you need to work on your introduction. You gotta believe in it, you know. Leave me out, I'm just training Maisie. Oh, don't forget Ray though. Ray Clawbreaker or something. He's part of us too, but he's asleep in the other room.
Braveheart.
No, he's Clawbreaker, I think.
Well, I thank you again, and I hope to play that game of dragon chess with you one day. As he
Make it a promise.
steps off ever cautiously again, rolling up his sleeves a bit on his pants, trying not to touch any more than he has to as he ventures off into the dark, and you no longer hear the steps as you find yourselves alone now in this abandoned tunnel system under the Temple of Pelor.
Still no sign of Mikey.
I'm also worried that if we keep going on like this, we will not venture out there alive.
It doesn't seem to be any more to the cave than this, so... Wait, I remember... Before the labyrinth, I believe there was... As we descended, before entering the labyrinth, there was a path that continued on.
There was. I also believe there was a second side to the labyrinth. But we went right, and there was a left.
The other side was a dead end, I checked it.
Good instincts. What did that letter say? They take the ones that resist the charm to their hatchery to feed them to the spawn?
I'm there with Thorag, though. I don't feel much. I don't think I can do much more in this condition.
I'll look them over. See that they're on death's door. Feel my own wounds. Alright, we can take a short break, but Mikey's life is on the line here.
Yeah, and so is Subotai.
Let's make it back to the labyrinth and rest there.
Oh, into the cellar? You make them prompts by hand, Bo, where it's like, do you want to go back to the cellar? Because the other one was, do you dare venture onwards or something?
I have a template where it's set up, and I just change a few things around based on where you guys are. So, because I figure the text can't be the same for everything, so I'll change it based on what you guys doing.
That's cute. I'll point at this dead end and be like, this is a good spot to hole in.
As good as any.
All right. You guys taking a short rest then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will prompt you guys.
Oh shit, I don't have hit die.
Oh, we can only spend one hit die? Woof.
Well, you guys only have one right now. Because you can
I
only
have
use half
two.
yours a day.
But you can only use half of what you've got a day?
Pretty sure. I don't know why it's restricting you otherwise.
He has 0. He's already used 2.
No, I have 2. I haven't used any.
No, I mean Khan.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, he doesn't have any. But I've...
Nice roll.
Yeah.
All right. So what are you guys doing now? Or first of
Yeah,
all, is
I'm
anyone
manually
doing anything
roll.
during the short rest?
No, sorry, I'm just going to manually roll my second hit die, because I'm pretty sure you can roll more than one. I did a
Okay.
cheeky Google, and it says that you can.
Okay. I'm not too worried about it.
I thought that was our Courage to Strahd roll. Like a home roll, right?
That was in Cursed Strahd, yeah, but this should not
Oh.
have that. Anyone doing anything during short rest? Talking about anything?
No, I will remind him all
Balls.
what Mikey looks like, though.
Okay.
So I shoot him by accident.
But it does it look like?
I will have Gaia roll on some of these dirt
Okay.
and dust.
That's your little rock goblin thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Does he get bigger when he rolls in stuff, Bo? Is he like growing? Or is he just rolls around in it and has a good time?
Right now, he seems to just be rolling around in it. But maybe depending on what he eats, he might get a little bigger over time. Maisie's getting the fuck out of here.
No, I don't know where everybody went. I couldn't
Oh.
see anybody on the screen.
They're
Don't you see the adult Okay, I can't do that. Gotcha.
I was trying to find everybody.
Uh,
Okay.
Thorag, as you're roaming aimlessly through the darkness, you hit against this one of the torches, or not hit against it, but you go to it, and as you do, you can feel this draft coming behind some of the cobblestone there.
Wait. So there's something
What's up?
there. Something is off.
I'm gonna pull the torch. Oh shit, it worked! I genuinely did not expect anything to happen.
Could have been a fireball.
As you peek your head inside for a moment, you see a large cavern, but this one looks off on the side of the wall. It's almost like the bit where they had carved out the wall, but it's on the back side of where the wall and the natural cavern collide.
This is seemingly empty. Oh, never mind. I see something at the very end of it.
With me as heading dead ends and stuff, I'm trying to ping it.
No. I was clearing fog of war, but yeah.
Okay.
All right. As you come down this hallway, you see buried crudely at the end of this corridor. Looks like a grave.
And now that the light comes closer, I say, oh, it's not a chest, it's a grave. Does it have any reading on it?
It doesn't seem like it. It looks like whoever did this, it hastily was thrown together.
I don't know you, but I
Subotai.
don't want to open it.
Well, it could be one of our friends.
Are you opening it?
Yeah, hopefully it's not Subotai inside.
Okay, you open it up and this dust lifts off, and beneath this cracked flagstone's a simple stone slab. No carvings, no heraldry, only a faint, nearly extinguished torch glowing from the background. But as you lift open the slab, you notice this corpse kind of buried there. Wrapped around it are these gloves that seem to be wrapped around its hands. And yeah, you see a skeleton there.
A skeleton. Okay, so it had to have been there for quite a while.
Well, it seems to be some sort of a monk. Is this someone you know?
I'll approach and I see a default skeleton and say, I cannot tell.
But his hands are wrapped.
I'll take a look at the wrappings.
All right. As you look around the wrappings, a scrap bit of parchment falls out.
Ah, look at this.
And it seems almost... It's definitely quickly written, as it's a little bit hard to read, but you read this letters. They are not gone. Beneath the forest, beyond the veil of prayer, the coil stirs in the deep stone. It speaks in dreams. The priest will not listen. The mayor has turned his eyes away. If you find this, if you hear the hissing in the walls, do not trust the light above. Find them all before it finds you.
Find them all or find them all?
The maw. And you see that these gloves around its hands have these... They look very finely crafted.
Oh.
With golden knuckles.
These definitely look kind of nice.
Look,
Is the paper
paladin-y.
signed?
Well, yeah, the paper does seem to have some initials on it. Now we'll give you the full name. It says Keeper Lysandra Hale.
I'm gonna ask Lilith if she knows that name.
I'm gonna think about whether or not I know that name.
You do. You know that she was definitely one of the priest hand or church hands that helped out around the church. She was known to be a helper and a healer of many in the town. We'll say maybe a year ago you were in town and people kind of spoke about her kind of disappearing. Just it was like she up and left one day out of the blue, mysteriously.
Yeah, so I'll tell him all that, and then I'll say, as far as I heard, she packed up sticks and left town to go south, but if she's buried there, then people must have misheard.
Do you think we should get her body out of here to give her a proper burial in the town she was adored?
We can do that after we find Mikey, but he's still alive.
Well then, I'll stow the gloves away to identify later.
Okay. As you pull them off, the hands of the skeleton bust off in the gauntlets themselves.
Oh no, the hands are still in there.
Nice.
Now, I'll take the bones out of the gloves and try to put it where they were in the body. Obviously, it's not gonna be the same because it's already out of the joints. But
yeah, you set them down, and for a second you look, and you're like, "Shit, left, right." Realize you put the hands the wrong way, but eventually you get it right before turning around with the gloves.
can you spell the name of this person in chat, please?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh!
Almost.
Nice.
Almost.
What do you mean almost? Fuck you, that's exactly what it is.
Speedboat beat you
Yeah.
by a millimeter of a second. That was good though.
On my screen, mine's first.
That's why I got it wrong. I read your reply. That's the DM's.
A lot of bloodshed here at the Temple of Pelor today.
Yeah. Well, who's helping me carry this chest?
What do you mean carry the chest?
If you're gonna give her a proper burial.
No, my brother is missing and still alive. We find him first. We can come back here anytime to rebury her.
And I drop the chest. Oh, coffin it is, right?
Yeah, it kind of looks like rocks that have been piled up with a stone slab on top of it as a way to bury this woman.
Well, you gotta tell me which way it is, Lilith, because I saw nothing as we entered the... whatchamacallit? The cellar.
It's once you leave the
No, I'm gonna pause it because if we're gonna leave, we can just role play that rather than everybody trying to move
that's
back
fair.
through the
I
maze.
just explained to him that when you leave the labyrinth, if you turn left, like we never went up the passage. We just went straight in the labyrinth.
So the note we found on that grave said that do not trust what again?
Oh,
Yeah, can we get the
there
text
you go.
of the note?
Yeah, so thing is,
Has the Senators favored at home over the Maple Leafs, and the Avalanche favored to even the series. That's the Dallas. We got 2 games on.
I mean, I have it. I just sometimes it's like, you know, when you're working with the AI, it says shit, but then I tell you guys other stuff that is not what they wrote. I got to adjust it on the fly.
I can hear about the avalanche in the background. Press.
The what?
The
Because
avalanche.
I know that this says they are beneath us, but when I said it the first time, I said or not behind the veil of prayer. Didn't I say something about under the forest when I said it? I think
Yeah.
so.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what are you guys doing? Leaving the temple?
Yeah.
All
I think
right.
we're going into the other path we didn't check before.
Okay. Yeah. Well, then I'll unpause it. then.
Yeah.
That bottom line. They wanted that.
Got scared there for a bit, stepping over the ogre's corner. I thought, oh shit, I'm gonna get attacked.
This map doesn't play very nicely.
Oh fuck!
Oh, it's just a dead end.
No, as you get, oh wow, holy cow! I deleted the chat. Everything sped up. As you guys get right there, you notice that coming down ever so through grooves in the cobblestone up above, you see various strands of light just kind of dangling down.
Mm. Sweet.
Well, can we get through this? Maybe it's just ground above.
Start
Okay.
pushing on
You guys- No, it's doesn't matter. You guys remove the cobblestone, but kind of push it up out of the way. It's almost like a pothole. And as you look up and look around, this is on the back right-hand corner of the temple.
This must be their escape
Oh
tunnel.
shit! Like right here.
Yeah.
Let's look up.
How they get out unseen without having to go back through the cathedral itself.
Yep.
Ah.
Oh.
All right.
So from here, where do you think they'd go?
They probably went outside and off to the forest. That's what they were talking about in the book. What's the note?
It's like a window or a doorway.
That's a window. And you guys know that you guys came through a secret entrance also into the cellar on the opposite side.
Yeah.
And that is the one that you guys came in was also the same one that led up to the statue on the top floor that Mikey and them had escaped through.
I think that Volo might have bamboozled us, gotten us down into the cave, and then he popped up somewhere else while we were looking through it.
Doesn't make sense. Did he see you, Khan?
No, Mikey might have, but the Aldric didn't.
Well, if the transformation didn't work on Mikey, he's gonna be brought as a sacrifice, correct? In the thing with Subotai.
But
It
where?
seems like.
It's, I would say, the sacrificial ground, most likely. We have an X, right, on the map out in the forest, yeah?
Yeah. Like an approximate location, basically. Guesstimation, maybe.
Well, that's our only lead, so let's get moving.
Well, we didn't look through the library.
What library?
On the second floor.
I don't think they're there.
Well, information. It's in library.
I'm gonna shoulder check this window and climb out of it. I'm going to the woods where Mikey is.
Yeah, I'll follow Lilith.
Alright.
Okay.
We'll check the
Just-
library once we're free from this.
Yeah, just because she's, you know,
You can
the
alt
one that's
drag.
supposed to be
Oh, you can
taking me.
It's because it's like you can look through it, but you're not meant to go through it.
Yeah, and as you guys look out there and track it off for a ways, we'll say you get around on the backside. You don't notice too many tracks, but roll me a survival check, because it seems like a lot of people do come in and about this garden area.
Gonna
Yes!
believe in the power of huge.
What's the fuck, you two?
That is 10.
The game.
Okay, grass. So guidance is not like a reaction to things going forward. Like
I didn't say it was a reaction to things.
I know,
said
but like
in-
I'm saying, I ask you for a check. It's not like you then get to add on guidance because it's an action to do.
if,
Like
if
I
we
ask
go
for a check-
outside looking for tracks.
Okay,
we're not
like I'm saying,
reacting to
yes.
that,
Right now,
we're doing
it's fine. You're obviously using guidance, but I'm saying when things come up in the future, I don't want it to be like, okay, I'm gonna add on guidance to that if I ask for a check, basically.
Okay.
Like if that makes sense, because it's not like a reaction to things.
You mean like Baldur's
Anyway.
Gate?
I don't know. Yeah, you guys are all kind of looking around, and Khan is the one that seems to find some tracks. If It seems like some drag marks leading to one of the larger sheds, and then you see hoof marks that lead off towards the west.
So this seems to be very frequented by either gardeners or guards, but if they were taking someone hostage, they would drag them. You can see the drag marks getting into this shed, and from that shed, they went on the horse of west.
I look at the ground. I look at Khan. I look back to the ground. I don't know how you figured any of that out, but take us there.
I guess living your whole life out of village or comfort in the mountains, you learn a thing or two.
Are you guys just setting off then?
Let's rescue your brother.
All right. A little bit battered, beaten, tired, setting off into the woods as it is now dark over the setting of Allfield. The moon's the only thing that seems to illuminate the ground for the time being. And that is where we will draw to a close today.